Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar,
and you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show.
Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is August the 10th, Monday morning, and we are Our Plus Community Connection, welcoming you in this morning. I am Miss Morningstar. I will be your host and your co-host. I'm going to do both today. DJ Kitty is out this morning. She will be back joining us on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday morning your time. So you guys hang tight and enjoy the show. I hope everybody is waking up to a good sleep. I hope you all had some good rest, had a great weekend, and you're refreshed and ready for your week. Okay, it's Monday morning, and you already know it ain't always everybody's favorite time of the day of the week, but we managed to get through it. We managed to pull through and still enjoy our Monday morning. So get yourself up. If you're already up, grab you some coffee, some water, 16 ounces, as DJ Kitty always says, and enjoy your ride into work or whatever you got your if you're an entrepreneur, getting on that laptop, getting ready to start your day, whatever it is you do, make the best of it. Make sure you go outside and let the sun kiss you in the face, okay? And enjoy your day. Let's get ready for the week. In the meantime, as we do that, and take your medication, y'all. Vitamins, medicine, and, drink that down with your water, okay? Get that in. Let's not forget that. Okay, so as we do every time we start the show, we always like to start with some morning affirmations. And you guys get those from me, Miss Morningstar, myself. So we're going to start with some affirmations for a Monday. And hopefully this will, boost some morale and boost some of your, get your juices flowing, get you ready to start off the week, right? So let's get into it. And welcome to our friends listening. I forgot, I got to shout them out. Our friends on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YT, which is YouTube. Thank you guys for all joining us today on this Monday morning. And for y'all, it's Sunday evening. So thank you guys for being here. All right, so let's get into these Monday affirmations. When's the last time you looked in the mirror and sincerely told yourself how great you are? Did y'all do that this morning? You should have. We talk about it. We always talk about it. You should have did. That should be the first thing you do in the morning before you even brush your teeth. Just look at yourself and smile and be like, well, you surely is fine. Just do that. Do it one day. Just wake up, crusty breath and everything. Just look at yourself and just be like, dang, you surely is fine. And see how that make you feel, You don't remember doing that, but I want y'all to try that. It could feel a little bit awkward, yeah, but you got to be your own cheerleader at the end of the day. That is how we congratulate ourselves. That is how we boost our self-esteem. That's how we boost ourselves up. Hype me up. That is exactly how you hype yourself up. And it's a good way to start your week, right? A good way to get some productivity juices flowing. You've hyped yourself up. You got yourself prepared. You haven't came in with any negative thoughts, and you're ready to get your day started, and your week started. So, let's get into some affirmations that will totally get you going. Okay, to start your Monday. Let's do it. So, start with number one. I will not stress over things I cannot control. You better not, because what's the point? What is the point? Can't control it, let it go. Let go and let God. That's what people say, right? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. You are. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're exactly doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It is going to be a really, really good week. You better claim it. It's important to claim that stuff, y'all. You can't just, they say speaking into existence. You can't just say, I guess I'm gonna have a good week. No, you claim that thing. You say, I'm gonna have a great week. I give myself permission to go after what I want. I am fulfilling my purpose in the world. I inspire those around me. I don't blame others for where I am. No one is better than me, and I'm not better than anyone. I am wonderfully made. My body is the perfect size. I adore my curves and my unique shape. Love you. That's all about self-love right there. Now, one sentence is about embracing yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're less than. Embrace yourself. I take responsibility for my mistakes, and I also forgive myself for those mistakes. Important, guys. Forgive yourself. We're human. We make mistakes. We're bound to make many more. But it's all about being able to forgive yourself. I'm smart, SHELL hockey sticks. You better know it. Yeah, I am. We smart. I smart. You better tell yourself that every day. I am honest, trustworthy, and respectful. Absolutely. Go through this life, and that will get you a long way. The only person I care about impressing is myself. You, again, remember in the beginning, you are your biggest cheerleader. You have to live with you. Every choice you make, every decision you make, you have to live with you. So remember those things. I am kind, but not weak. Okay? I always say I ain't no killer, but don't push me. All right? Okay? I will be the boss of today. Today will not be the boss of me. Ha. We are all warriors here and goddesses too. It's for my ladies, okay? And my men, y'all the warriors. And finally, I am so excited about what this week will bring and all the opportunities I am about to create for myself. What? You guys, you just don't know. It is amazing. It is a blessing to be able to just pop your eyes open in the morning and breathe fresh air, breathe in air, because a lot of people ain't get a chance to do that. So I say, whenever you wake up, it's another opportunity to create a new version of yourself, create your new you, and enjoy yourself, okay? So y'all go out and be great today on this Monday morning. Don't stress over the little stuff. It's going to pass. Trust me, it's going to pass. It may not be right now, but it's going to pass. All right, y'all. So let's move on to the next topic. And we're going to get into what? The weather. The weather. It's been so hot in Houston. Let's see what Holly Springs, Mississippi is doing today. So today, sunny along with a few clouds. Hot. So y'all going to be hot too. Hot. High is going to be 93 degrees. Southwest winds up to 5 or 10 miles per hour. And at night, you're going to be mostly clear skies, low 74, light winds and variable. So, not too bad, y'all. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. That's not too bad. It's hot though, but let's see what Memphis is gonna do. So Memphis, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny, high around 96, hot. Southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And at night, your low is going to be 77 degrees with southwest winds 5 to 10 miles. So it's gonna be a hot day, y'all. Make sure you drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. If you're gonna be out and about, make sure you are keeping yourself hydrated. Carry around your Stanley cup or whatever your choice of carrying your beverages in. Make sure you fill it up with water and some ice. Okay, that's the worst thing you want to do is become dehydrated in this heat, especially if you got to be out in it. Okay. Hi Houston, here we go. Let's see what today. Today, partly cloudy in the morning, followed by scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. High 89 degrees with winds, southeast winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain is 50%. So half of the city is gonna rain. Most likely we're gonna get some rain where I'm at. It's gonna rain. So we need to make sure we have our umbrellas and be careful because in Houston, baby, it's a term called turn around, don't drown, because we get a lot of flooding here. So we got to make sure people adhere to that message, okay? If it look crazy, it's crazy. Don't go under that bridge, okay? Your car ain't gonna make it. And at night, we're going to expect a few stray showers and thunderstorms. So that's some good sleeping weather because I love the sound of rain and thunderstorms when I sleep. But the low is going to be 79 with some southeast winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So, yeah. When it's hot outside and it rains, in most situations, I know Kitty talked about this before. In most situations, it would cool down. But not here. It gets humid. It gets very, very humid, y'all. So, I mean, what you gonna do? We live in Texas, so that is your weather. That is your weather right now for today. I know there's some other things happening around the globe with the weather. I've seen I haven't read too many articles, but I've seen things like earthquakes and possible tsunamis, and it's been pretty crazy. Global warming is real. It is real. Why a lot of these politicians try to play this game as if that's not a thing. It's a thing, y'all. It is definitely a thing. It's been hot all around the globe. It is a thing. Yes, water and fruit. Definitely watermelon, powerful Black woman. That was a suggestion from the audience. Also for you guys, drink you some water, have you some fruit on hand. I know we have been eating, whatever you want to call it, stereotype it or what, baby. We've been eating some watermelon in my house, and it's been delicious, okay? Delicious. So go pick you a good watermelon and have you some. That is going to increase your water. So thank you, powerful Black woman, for that. All right. So, all right, let's get into some local news. News you can use. All right. So I came across this article for Memphis. So everybody know what hummus is, right? Hummus is chickpeas, and they mush them down and make it like a hummus, like a paste. You can buy hummus in the grocery store. You can buy hummus in different flavors. I used to eat a lot of hummus, especially when I was when I was doing my best at eating healthy. It was like a great snack with a cracker. It was really, really good. It was delicious. And I got to get back to it because they still sell it. But anyhow, the hummus, this is a story about the hummus that raised $10,000. A Memphis family recipe inspired surprise gift to St. Jude. So y'all know what St. Jude is. Of course, Memphis knows what St. Jude is. But for everybody who may not know what St. Jude is, You've seen the commercials. It's a cancer research facility for children. They go there and they get very, very detailed special care to treat their cancer. And it's amazing. It's for kids and it helps a lot of families. It's no cost to the family. It's operated on donations and they do pretty well. So a bowl of hummus is usually worth only a few dollars, right? But in one unforgettable Memphis moment, it was worth $10,000. $10,000. Yes. Shout out to Powerful Black Woman and her husband. They donate to that research center. Amazing. So let's read this. So what started as a family recipe became the centerpiece of a impromptu fundraising gesture that benefited St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. The hummus made by Memphis resident Anita Harris inspired a businessman at a charity event to pledge $10,000 for a single gallon in instantly creating what locals now know as the story of the $10,000 hummus. The auctioneer was up there on the stage, and a man sitting over there, 2 tables from them, spontaneously jumped up and raised his paddles, saying that he will give St. Jude $10,000 for a gallon of this hummus, and yelled it to him, "Sold! What? Me too! Sold! Ain't no chances for nobody. Sold, okay?" The donation wasn't part of the night's planned auction, but the bidders simply loved her hummus. They loved Miss Harris's hummus, and enough to turn it into a major contribution to St. Jude. Ain't that cool, y'all? So that was the story behind the $10,000 hummus. For Ms. Harris, she said the experience remains unforgettable. It's just awesome to know and see that this was able to make it into that. She said the hummus that inspired such generosity wasn't the result of marketing, campaigning, or social media hype, as we do when we have small businesses. We get on, we market, we try to explain our product and everything. She said it was just a recipe roughly 50 years ago that has continued making its way through their family in small batches ever since. And the popularity of the dip has created a loyal following from Memphis, where friends, customers frequently request more than she can produce. So it not only, she wasn't even trying to market that. It's just this person liked her hummus so much. They did that, and it increased her revenue in her business. And she can't even keep up, y'all. So that's a blessing on top of a blessing on top of a blessing on top of a blessing. So shout out to Miss Harris and her family for that delicious hummus. I mean, I want to taste it. Did she got to get it in the grocery store? You got to come on the show, Miss Harris, if you're listening, and talk about your hummus. That's a plug. I'm plugging. Come on to the show. Come on. Hit us up, ourplugs.com. All right, y'all. So that was some really good fun, good spiriting news. Let's get into some other news. This is good spirited. So Obama and El Said spoke. So El Said, he won his primary in Michigan. Shout out to El Said. He is a progressive. He is a Democrat socialist progressive. So he's into progression. And he discussed with Obama about they had a conversation about unity, unity. Now that we're here, okay, he won the primary. He won it. Let's collab. Let's go ahead and collab. He does. He means business. I like the way this young man talks. I didn't know much about him, but just after sitting and listening to him speak, I am intrigued. I am definitely intrigued. I like the way he's talking, and I think it's time for us to move forward. I think it's time for us to move forward. So I love that him and President Barack got on the phone. See, because we respect President Barack Obama. That's our president forever. Most of us say he is forever president. He is. Yeah. So we respect that when it's a relationship being created with our forever president. So yeah, they got on the phone, had a conversation. He also got on the phone with Miss Stevens, who was the runner up. She didn't win, but they're ready to collab, y'all. And we can put all this other foolishness to the side all this noise that people be trying to make. We're not doing that again. So shout out to Michigan on that win. We about to get down to business and get it going. But while we're thinking on that level of getting down to business, baby, we got to pay some bills around here. So we got to get to some commercials. So we're going to take a quick break. And I see Coach, the coach, is in the building. So once we get back, I think I'll go over one more article, then I'll bring her on up on the stage and we can get down to some business. But you are listening to R Plus Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be back after this commercial.
Don't miss it.
Mommy-daughter duo, Counselor Nikki and Addie, want to welcome you to the Sparkleverse, where every child has a light that is uniquely their own. Through heartwarming adventures like in Addison Sparkle, unforgettable characters and everyday moments like in Kai Finds a Spark, children learn bravery, resilience, and the power of believing in themselves. Find us at CompassionCreationsPress.com and at OurPlugs.com. Hope we help you find your sparkle.
Boss Fashion is finally here at Morningstar Boutique by Tam. From soft, cozy sweaters to stylish cardigans, whether you're heading to work, brunch, or date night, we have the perfect look waiting for you. Check us out at ourplugs.com for your style needs, where style meets confidence.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Hello, my name is Siva Carter, the founder of our nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what Carter Caring Hands does, we help families keep food on their tables here in the Michigan area. If you'd like to support us, go to Carter'sCaringHands.com or ourplugs, OurPlugs.com. Donate whatever you can, because every penny counts, every dollar folds, and together, you and I can uphold the dignity in the communities we serve. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to Our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host and co-host. I'm doing both, Ms. Morningstar. And today is Coach's Corner with Coach Nikki. So the topic, I misspoke earlier. The topic today is going to be protect your peace like you protect your schedule. I like that one too. I'm telling you, it's always something. So let me bring Coach Nikki up, because maybe I don't know. She typing me something in chat, and I'm reading it and I'm talking. So let me go ahead and bring the coach up to the stage, and she can tell y'all.
Good morning.
That's
on me, y'all. We get mixed up with these topics a little bit. Like, we miss a day, we try to move it, but let me tell you, my sister does a lot. She balances it all, and I appreciate her. Look at DJ Kitty like, what? Hey y'all, I see y'all. That's on me, y'all. I'm still jet lagged from Vegas. But
That's okay.
good
What's
morning.
going on? Welcome,
But
baby.
I already studied this one, so I was like, let me go ahead and not freestyle on y'all tonight. But good morning, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, Holly
Hello.
Springs, Mississippi, and good evening to our live crew. But yes,
Well,
I
welcome in. We happy to have you back
am happy to be
in
here.
the building. You look refreshed. You look great as always.
Thank you.
So you tell the people what the topic is tonight.
So you guys, and we will do the one that's listed, but another time. I studied again. I'm jet lagged, but this is the one I focused on, and this is the actual one we're supposed to do today. But it's protect your peace like you protect your schedule.
I like that.
Y'all
heard that. Protect your peace like you protect your schedule.
Right. I feel like we're on a protect your peace type of mentality and theme. So that's what we've been kind of swinging with. I think the week before last week was creating a life that you don't need a vacation from. And then prior to that was protecting your peace like it's your paycheck. So we're all still in that same theme. But oftentimes, we're always talking a lot about time management, but not about energy management. And there has to be a balance. So we're always trying to protect the schedule, but we're not protecting our peace. We're not checking in with ourselves to make sure we have the bandwidth and the capacity to even do the things that we want to do. You can still have time to do something, but just because there's an opening on your calendar, your schedule, doesn't mean you have the mental capacity or emotional or physical energy to fill it. So that's what we're talking about tonight.
Okay. I like that because I know me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm good at trying to fill in some time. And sometimes you just don't need to fill that time in. Sometimes you just need to not do nothing, right? Is that
Yeah, it's okay to have blanks on. And I mentioned this last year. I remember when I was doing my notes, I was like, you know what? I did talk about this before as far as like peace and making sure that you're honoring your body and your actual physical energy. Stop giving what you don't have. We cannot put it up. And that it's okay. I used to be really addicted to filling up my agenda. And that might be like the ADHD in me that I felt like I felt like I didn't do anything, even though I had a whole full day, but because there was a blank spot on my agenda that I didn't do much. And I think that society and schedules themselves, even work, it makes you feel structured to have a schedule.
Yeah.
But oftentimes we don't put rest in our schedule. We don't put breaks in our schedule. Even your job, if you work a 9 to 5, they tell you to take a lunch break. You know what I mean? So we don't give ourselves that time. We're always trying to jam pack everything into a schedule. Get this done, get that done. I know for a fact, I've watched you and DJ Kitty daggone there burn through some stuff. Like, I'm like, y'all, how are y'all doing all this stuff? Like, I'm tired, and I'm the youngest one in the group. I'm telling you, they make me tired watching. Like it's always something.
It's a go, but
always go. You all are in management positions at your job, so you have a team that relies on you. Then you go home, you have a family that relies on you. So and then now your daughter's in college. DJ Kitty, it takes care of her grandson. It's a lot. So I want to make sure that we are creating the balance for ourselves and not packing everything in there. So just like how we're always rushing to make sure that we're on time for work and on time for events, make sure you're on time for you.
Absolutely. I love this topic because, I remember us talking about this last year, but I think it's good to do a refresher every now and then, every few months, because we'll learn from it and then we'll do good for a few months and then we'll fall off and get right back into the same rigmarole. We're on the go trying to make sure we do A, B, C, and D when we need to really be able to learn how to prioritize ourselves.
Yeah.
And stop, always trying to plan things to accurately happen. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. And a lot of it is, Melbo in the chat said, but Nikki is the Tasmanian devil spinning. Listen, I know more. I swear I'm telling you, I'm on my get somebody else to do it energy. Like I am there. I don't like feeling burnt out because think about what happens when you're burnt out. Now you can't show up for anything. You can't do anything when you're in that condition. So making sure that I'm resting, and I'm laughing because earlier, for the folks that are watching us live, y'all know it's nighttime, it's Sunday evening. But earlier I saw a post that I'm a Virgo, y'all. My birthday is in a few weeks. But I saw a post and it said the job that Virgo wants to apply for, and it was a model standing there with a pillow and a blanket. And I'm like, that's me. That's the job that I want. Let me tell you something. That is the job that I want. The way I like to rest, don't make no sense. that also comes from me. I've had a job since I was 12 years old. I was working every day after school. 12? I couldn't imagine.
I was young too, Nikki. I actually took on this thing. I remember I was about 12, 13. It was called the chore program. And it was through the city hall within our community. And I went and signed up, and it was basically sending me, and this is how you know how times have changed, because baby, I was 12, 13 years old, going to strangers' house, older elderly people, cleaning, vacuuming, and doing the dishes for them. And it was no problem. I ain't had no creeps.
Wouldn't worry about getting kidnapped.
It was a different time. We can't think about stuff like that now, but you know, I was actually doing that for a little bit of change.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even I'm turning 40 in a few weeks, and to think that I had 20 years in here already, like, what? You know, most people are retiring at 60, 65 and things like that, but I'm like, dang, I started early. And I mean, ever since the 6th grade, I've had a job. And so I think that because I did all that, now I'm like, I'm about to rest. Second half, I'm chilling. I'm big chilling. Because I and you know how I think. I'm a free thinker. I'm very open. I don't believe that we have to, you know, work so hard, work ourselves down to the bone in order to have a fulfilling or successful life. You know, success is that's your benchmark. That's what you said. It's not what society says it is. And I don't believe that I have to be burnt out in order to enjoy my success. You know, especially in our community, it has been tokened upon us that we couldn't enjoy something unless we worked hard for it, or unless we struggled for it. I don't believe that. That's not the story I'm telling myself, nor is the story I'm writing for my kids. So I'm making sure that I'm scheduling rest and relaxation. Like Sunday, I've been blessed to have this radio segment for over a year now. On Sundays, I rest. I chill hard, because it takes a lot of energy to get on here. We're in front of strangers, y'all. We're talking to thousands of people. They might not be in this room right now, but they're watching. You know? So it takes a lot of energy, a lot of physical energy for us to come in here and talk to y'all and do what we do. And then I'm just one night a week. You have Morningstar and DJ Kitty Sunday through Thursday on here. So it takes a lot. So, you know, but they are also working full-time jobs, and they're full-time, you know, in their family, fully present. So it takes a lot of mental capacity in order to do these things and to bring y'all this entertainment that we're bringing you. So I think that rest is very important. In the same way we schedule meetings and all types of stuff in our schedules, we need to schedule rest. We need to schedule me time. And me time can be you laying down. You can lay down and stare at the ceiling if you want to. Do what you want on your time, but make sure you're resting and make sure that you are rejuvenating yourself. Make sure you're restoring your mental battery, your physical battery. We don't have to rip and run all the time.
Yeah, it's essential. It really is. You don't think about it as you're going through it, because you just feel like things have got to get done. You got to do this. But when you take a step back and you actually take the necessary rest that you need, when I tell you how rejuvenated your body, how much your body will thank you for just taking that moment to take a nap. If it's not even if you don't go to sleep, like you said, just lay there and not do anything for an hour. It does a whole thing to your body and to your mental on top of that. Yeah.
Shoot, an hour, maybe give yourself 2 hours. Lately, an hour been feeling like 30 minutes to me. I'm like, dang, why? The time is flying. Like, in real life, y'all, we are in the 8th month of the year already. I feel like we just said Happy New Year. What is going on?
I was just talking about today. Okay, so today is August 10th in Radio World. What? August 10th? Like we just said happy first day of August.
It was just the first day of summer, June 20th. Like,
kids back in school. Is your baby started school yet?
She starts next week.
See?
Yeah.
Everybody back in school.
It's flying. It is flying. You know, and I'm a firm believer of, you know, when we rest, don't have any guilt behind it. Stuff will still get done. The house is not going to fall apart. Nobody's going to unalive, you know, by you taking a break and resting. And just always think about the people that count on you to get things done. I need you to count on yourself that much more to get rest, because you cannot be there for these people. We cannot show up for the people we love and care about if we're burnt out. And make sure that you always remember that taking care of yourself is taking care of your family. Taking care of yourself is you showing up as the best employee, as the best manager. Taking care of yourself is beneficial for everyone around you.
Hey, Teresa. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. I encourage, and I know I tell y'all this because y'all know I'm very open about how I supervise and how I, with my staff. I always encourage them to take mental health days and not be burnt out at the job. Make sure you take a couple days, a month that you might need off because burnout is not good because once you start it and you start really getting to the tail end of burnout, stuff is not productive. The productivity goes down, the morale goes down, and at the end of the day, your integrity may be out the window. You might be just ready to fight somebody up in there. So you have to. That's why I say it's essential that you take time to be able to refresh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want us to stop treating our availability like it's an obligation.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we have free time, doesn't mean that you have to give that time to someone else. Someone asking, are you free? That doesn't automatically mean the answer should be yes. Your free time can belong to you. And there's this guilt, and especially with parents, there's this guilt that we have, that we feel like we have to be doing something, or even our own family members. I have two nephews, and I got a new nephew on the way in December. And I know that they're going to rely on me, but I'm making sure, and it's habit forming. You have got to create a habit of saying no, and saying no in for people that you care about. We are big fans of saying that no is a complete sentence, and it is.
Yeah.
For people that you care about, it's okay to, hey, I had a really busy week. I want to rest. I don't really feel like doing that right now. I hope that, but I got you next time. You can say that, but don't feel like you're obligated to surrender your time to someone else because you have the time. Your free time absolutely can belong to you. And another thing that I want us to start doing is paying attention to what drains you. Certain people, certain conversations, environments, habits, even social media can have you depleted at times. So start noticing what consistently costs you your energy without giving anything meaningful back to it.
Yeah. I started noticing most recently, because I browse through TikTok a lot. You guys know I just browse and listen to different people's conversations. And I'm starting to notice some kind of swings, some changes in some of the creators. They're burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
They're burnt out. They're
Mm-hmm.
tired of the same old story. They're tired of trying to explain the same old process of our democracy, of what we got going on here in the United States. It's complete burnout. This country has burned. A lot of people are fatigued in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, burnout, PTSD is real for everybody at this moment. And sometimes, like you said, you got to give social media a break. You got to give all of that break and just step away for a while. You got to just cut it off.
Yeah.
Even the news. So
yeah.
Cut off from reading it. It's burnout.
Yeah. I feel you. I was also scrolling on a creator on here that has a really big platform, and he was just talking about that. And he had another big creator on his platform. He was saying, I had to take a break. Like, he's like, it's just too much. We get on here. Sometimes it's really serious conversations that happen on here. Like, people are arguing. And especially if you feel like you've beaten a dead horse, like you keep talking about the same conversation, and we've heard them. Like, there's the ones with the prompts, like, how do you feel about Trump now? And it's still people that, and it's almost like you can't fix stupid. And it's just like, I'm gonna let you have that. And honestly, when he was elected, I really said, I'm not even about to deal with this. Like, I'm going to do my part as a citizen in this country, but I'm not about to stress myself about this, because what can I do? Can I physically go drag him out of office? No. All this ignorant stuff that's going on in the world, it's a shame. But what can we do? And I see some of the same conversations that are being recycled in these big chats on these creative platforms, and it's driving them nuts. Yeah. I'm seeing the same stuff that you're seeing. So much so that I'm just scrolling through. Now, last night I did see, I don't know who this creator was, and I think I screenshot it. Last night I did see a YT host, and his prompt was, white people, we have to change or this country is doomed. And what he was talking about racism, and a young lady came in there and said, I'm so sick and tired of people my complexion doing terrible things like that. And I was like, what?
You know what? Honestly, and that's been the push by a lot of Black creators when it comes to some of these other white people creators that we tell them, instead of coming on Black spaces and trying to tell us about our community, fix your own community. I think it makes it more cohesive, the conversation, once you know that you got problems too. You need to get in there and work on your community. And so that's refreshing to hear, Nikki, that at least somebody was trying to host a event talking about their community and what they need to fix in their community instead of worrying about ours. We got enough problems, and we know we got problems, but what we do here at R Plus Community Connection, we talk about the community. We don't bring an audience in that we're going to sit here and be combative with them, argue about beating a dead horse. We're not doing that here. We're talking about problem solving and what we can do together to build up our community. That is the purpose of this. So, shout out to R Plus, because we doing.
Shout out to R Plus. Shout out to R Plus Community Connection.
We doing the work.
Absolutely that. Melba in the chat said, I've been in a few myself, Nikki. It's a start. It is a start. But you know where my mind went with that? It is definitely going to be a start for when the people that are racist, those people that have your skin tone, when stuff starts happening to them, because they are. And the ones that aren't racist don't want things to happen to them. And they feel like they're starting to fall into that same fold. And, and because I'm hearing a lot of people saying, just recently, I don't know if you touched on that story or not, but the young lady that the girls lured into her house and beat her, and she's epileptic. It was 3 white tea girls. And so I think Ricky Smiley touched on the deal. Hughley touched on it, how we no longer need to be the only, Black person in a group anymore when it's like that. And when the roles get reversed. And so this is what people are afraid of. Mm-hmm. And I don't ever want to see that happen. However, I think people are fearful of that role getting reversed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you right now, we fight different.
Pretty much. Yeah. We're not about to play with y'all.
Nah. At all. I even on that video, I was scrolling through the comments. Somebody was like, "Please let the streets handle this." And I'm like, "Hey, that's something that y'all don't want. This world don't want to see that.
They don't want that street justice.
This world don't want to see that." Mello said, "But I have my doubts. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful of change. I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. I'm not a pessimist. I don't carry that energy. I am hopeful that something is going to change something." Now, there are going to be people out here that are so ignorant to the fact that they're going to continue to hate people because of the color of their skin. You stay and do that. Just don't come around me. This world, there's 9 billion people on this planet, over 9 billion people on this planet. I think that we can make change one person at a time, but it's not by having divisive conversations. It is about doing things like our Plus Community Connect is doing, bridging the gap, bringing people together, talking about unity. We can't stand who's in office right now. So yes, we do make jokes on here. Oftentimes, we make jokes on here. However, that's not where I'm spending my energy or my life minutes at.
Right. Because what we do here in the in this conversation in a whole about making sure you get your rest. Yes, get your rest. It is not that you're being selfish to people when you take that rest that you need. You taking it purposefully because you have to set boundaries with folks.
Yes.
If you're a content creator, and you're big and you're on you in these TikTok streets, you on YouTube, you on any of these social media networks, you gotta set boundaries.
Yeah.
So that you can, because what the work you're doing is valuable. It is valuable. It's not going unnoticed, but you are human as well. You gotta protect your peace because this is stressful. What we do and what we have done, like I at one point was doing a lot of content creating and all that, but it was just my direction was different because I wanted to do something that was going to benefit the community. Yeah. Especially when it comes to how we speak on different topics, on different things. And yes, we do a lot as well, but we do take our breaks. Yeah. We do take our rest. And we're learning as we continue to do these shows from our amazing co-hosts and hosts that we have every Monday through Friday, how to go about doing that. It's not just something you do just as soon as someone tells you. You have to really work on that.
Yeah.
said you talked about this last year. You talking about it again because it's a needed conversation.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of our topics that we've had on everybody's show almost needs to be recycled. We might need to go pull back and see what we talked about last year, see if it's relevant in today's time, and it probably is. T Wiz said, I'm a pessimist. T Wiz, that's unfortunate. Melville said, that's why I'm doubtful. I grew up around that ish. Not impossible, but I don't know. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Your mind can't be that the world is going to change. You know what I mean? It can be groups at a time. So when I say I'm optimistic, that means I have hope that something's going to change somewhere. Not the entire world, but something somewhere. I don't live my life in doubt. You know, that's actually attracting negative energy to your life. So I don't live like that. I'm going to be hopeful and hope for the best. And anything that happens after that, I'm not going to be disappointed about it because I have my best thought moving forward. So that's how I deal with that. But moving along, back to our energy, back to the topic, you know, as far as protecting your peace, like you protect your schedule, our energy deserves a budget too. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about protecting your peace like it's your paycheck. Would you be passing out your money if your peace had $1 tied to it? Would you be passing it out? You would not be passing it out.
Not.
So our energy deserves a budget. You know, we budget our money because it's limited, you know, but and our emotional and mental energy is limited too. So I want us to start asking ourselves, is it worth what's going to cost me? Whatever it is, the situation, is it worth what it's going to cost me?
Right.
And this stuff, like I promise y'all, I practice this stuff all the time. And it's gotten me to a point where there's a lot of stuff I don't care about, because it's emotionally and mentally taxing. There's stuff that I don't care about. I will ask myself, there's a few questions that I ask myself. What does this have to do with me? Is this my problem? Is this beneficial to my life? Is it adding or subtracting from my life? There are many things, many questions that I go down when I get a text message from somebody. Even if I get a text message from somebody that needs something from me, I will open it, read it for what it is, sit there, digest it, mark it as unread if I'm not ready to respond right then and there. Come back to it later. So I still have the notification. But you have to ask yourself, what is this going to cost me?
Right.
And we don't do that. We're so quick to jump and help everything, help everybody. And do everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is it going to cost us? And I think that's important this is what I call self-assessments, you know, self-evaluations, self-checks, check in with you. Because let me tell you something, a taker is always going to take. And we don't like to put that word on people we love, but our kids are takers. Our kids are takers.
That's what they did naturally.
Natural manipulators. I went to see when I was in Vegas last week. We saw Tony Robbins. So on Tony Robbins on Wednesday, and he was saying how.
Nikki, I want you to hold that.
Yes, we got to pay some bills.
Yeah, we got to pay some bills.
Gotcha.
Quick commercial break so that'll get us right into our next segment about this, about your Vegas trip and what you learned and whatever you want to share with us. So you guys hold tight. We are going to take a break. You're listening to R Plus Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be back shortly right after these important messages.
Remember, Iran doesn't have a choice in a lot of this because we destroyed so much. And I'll give you a quick math equation. Okay, maybe they do end up getting $20 billion, let's say. Let's say we're still $300 to $500 billion ahead, considering we destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all those nuclear facilities I already spoke about, their steel manufacturing, their drone manufacturing, and so many other things. We destroyed all that and closed their ports. We're pretty far ahead.
So we destroyed everything, and we're going to pay them to rebuild it all, pay them to open the strait that was already open for free. And at the same time, people here in the district can't afford to eat, can't afford their health care, and can't afford rent. Got it. If that don't make sense to you either, please consider supporting my campaign. Go to BernardTaylorForCongress.com. Let's bring some change here to Florida.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. You have found your one-stop shop. Sparkle Kicks has everything to outfit you from head to toe. Well, not everything, but close. From crochet hats, to sassy tees, to our custom blinged-out Crocs and sneakers, we have it all. You can even customize your home with our resin art. Whether it's a custom set of coasters or K-cup holder, handmade dominoes or your kid's very own custom tic-tac-toe board, we are here for you.
We are located on Etsy, our Plugs LLC, and the TikTok shop.
Life can be overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. Join us for honest conversations about mental health, healing, relationships, self-care, and everyday challenges that we all face. No judgment, just real conversation, real people, and practical tools to help you heal, grow, and thrive, because your mental health matters, and so do you. Join Miss Jack and Counselor Nikki Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all Our Plugs social media platforms and on WKRA The Change Radio, 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection. I am here with the beautiful Coach Nikki, and we are here today speaking on about protecting our peace like we protect our schedule. What? Protect your get your rest and everything. And Nikki was getting ready to get into some more nuggets about that. So let me hand the mic back over to Nikki. Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah, so I think before we went to commercial break, I was talking about how takers are going to take, and that we place identities on certain words, and I need us to really listen to what I'm saying. Anybody that asks you for something, and if you seem willing to give it, they're going to take it from you, right? Nobody's going to say, "Oh no," like that. That's just something that we try to show humility. We try to be modest. Oh no, let me get. Oh, it's your last. People don't care. They would have never asked for it, you know. And so I was talking about how last week when I saw Tony Robbins, he was saying, like, we were talking about how our children are natural manipulators, and they are. Like, you learn manipulation at a very, very young age, actually from 0 to 5. You learn that when a baby cries, like when a baby cries or because they want your attention, you know, or a kid gets hurt and they look up at, the first thing they do is look up at you, but you don't look at them, they don't cry, right? So we say, don't look at them. And so he was talking about how his daughter came in the space, and something I learned about him, I didn't realize. Tony Robbins is 66. He has a 51-year-old daughter. So his story is incredible. So he was talking about how he's 66. His daughter is 51. His oldest daughter is 51.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, wow. His story is.
He was a young man.
Young man. His story is major. And he's one of the people that I've always listened to him. I heard him. I did his first seminar 3 years ago, but he's also somebody who has transformed my mindset into thinking I don't have to go work a job because the world tells me I have to. I can actually do what I love. And that's speaking to people. That's transforming mindsets. That's reframing mindsets. But he was talking about how his daughter came in the house one day and all of a sudden was like real nice. Like, "Oh, Dad, you look real nice today. Like, you smell good." Like, "Oh," like he was like, "What do you want from me?" And so after she got her whole spiel out, she was like, "Can I get the car keys?" And so everybody started laughing. I'm like, a taker's going to take, you know, and I say that with the lightest of sense. You know what I mean? Our kids are going to take whatever it is that we give to them. It's when we learn how to say no to situations where we see how people respond to us. Now, kids and family members excluded, but learning how to say no when you don't have the mental capacity is okay. There is a guilt, and I think it's conditioning because if we feel like if we're available and if I'm not doing nothing right now, I should go ahead and give you my time. No.
Yeah.
Check in with you. If you don't feel like it, you just don't feel like it, and that's okay. Your body has a nervous system for a reason to let you know when you need rest, when you need to say no. We start to think with our minds that, "Oh, I'm worried about what they're going to say about me if I say no. Oh, I'm worried about how they're going to feel if I say no." Listen, how are you going to feel if you say yes and burn yourself out because you said yes 100 times and never said no once?
Right.
So it's important for us to do that.
I think people got to realize or come to terms that saying no is actually healthy.
Listen.
It's actually healthy. It's healthy for you. It's healthy for the person you're telling no, because when people get conditioned to you always being a yes, they will completely take advantage of that. I mean, it is gospel. It's true.
You could be falling off the bone tire. Somebody still
gonna come up to you like, so can I
see you got one arm
just,
left.
Wait a minute, I know you
think you can help
me.
I see you got that one arm left. It's dangling, but it still looks like it worked.
$5 in your bank account, but can I get $4.50?
And seeing when you get down to that point, that's how you end up having a blow up on somebody, right?
Right.
You end up spazzing.
Right.
Then they're looking at you crazy, all because we are responsible for ourselves. We have to advocate for ourselves. Now you looking crazy to this person, probably ain't do nothing to you, probably ain't asked you for nothing in years, probably ain't never asked you for nothing. But because we have not said no the many times and opportunities we had before, now we're spazzing on people. Mm-hmm. They don't deserve that, you know. So this is why it's important for us to say no and stop thinking that we have to earn rest. Rest is a legitimate plan. You don't have to earn rest by reaching complete exhaustion. I learned that. Y'all, let me say something. This time last year, I was 130 pounds. Okay. Burnt out, stress, you know, giving what I didn't have to give. Burnt out, tired, falling off the bone. Okay. You know, and sometimes the most productive thing on your schedule should be absolutely nothing. I love when somebody calls me and say, Nikki, what you doing? Nothing. You? Nope. This is my nothing hour. No.
I'm just doing nothing.
No.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with doing nothing. I am a huge fan of laying in the bed. This need to be studied for real. It's something about Virgos that like to lay in the bed. But I am a huge fan of laying in the bed and rubbing my ankles together. I will go out in that backyard, pick some blueberries off the tree, clean them, and get in the bed, turn on something. Now I'm doing my stuff. I'm taking care of me.
Right.
But once that stuff is done, don't ask me nothing. Because I can't. Nah. I have my schedule.
Yeah. That's what we're doing today. I mean, that's what I'm doing at least, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to feel like that. I have gotten to that point where, you know, I enjoy rest too. I used to not be, but I love bedtime. I don't know how many of y'all out there get excited about bedtime.
My favorite time.
I get extremely excited. Like I will go shopping for some nice, comfortable PJs because bedtime is just one of those essential moments where you finally get to just lay there, enjoy your bed, relax. Not even if you're going to sleep right away. It's just being in the comfort zone and absolutely knowing your day is done and your mind is at ease. Bedtime is my favorite time.
It's my favorite.
It's my favorite time. My husband will tell you, he be fighting me. He don't be wanting to go to bed. He's like, why you gotta go to bed? Because I'm going to bed.
Listen, when I tell you, my friends, one of my best friends, she's in the chat right now. I tell her all the time. I say I love doing my makeup, but my favorite time is taking it off because it's like the prequel to me about to go to bed. I know what's coming after this. I'm taking this makeup off. I'm going to take a hot shower and lay it down. Yeah. I'm so excited to take. I can't wait to peel these lashes off after I get off the show.
Right. How many of y'all come in the house and just start stripping stuff?
And you know what's the first to go?
The first thing, snap, off. Yeah, like a whip.
Like slingshotted. Goodbye. God, please.
Be free. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling free, y'all.
Nothing wrong with feeling free. Nothing wrong with rest, you know. And the next thing that I actually want to point to, and since how are we on time? I'm looking 8:31. Boundaries. We were just talking about saying no. You know, boundaries protect more than your time. Saying no isn't only about freeing up an hour. It can protect your mood, your patience, creativity. I was just talking about how we spaz on people because we did not say no. We haven't set boundaries. And then we find ourselves having to set boundaries when it's too late. But boundaries protect your mood, your patience, your creativity, your focus, and your ability to show up for the things that actually matter to you in your life. So this is why boundaries are important. We have got to start reframing our mindsets and changing the identity that we put on certain words like taking, takers, boundaries. You can set boundaries with the people you love. You absolutely can set boundaries with the people you love because the people that you love feel like because you love them that you're obligated to show up for them in capacities they would never ask somebody outside the family
right
for them. So boundaries are very, very important. I'm very assertive. I'm very straight to the point. I'm not giving you no fluff because you might get my words confused in that fluff. So I gotta say what I mean and mean what I say. Yes, absolutely. Powerful Black woman. I'm gonna read the chat on YouTube. Powerful Black woman said, "You have so much peace." She said, first she said, "Yes, I love my bed." And she said, "You have so much peace when you know your worth." Absolutely. And you're valuable. And the people that are around you and that truly love you genuinely will understand your worth. They'll see it too. But the first person that has to see your worth is you.
Yes.
You have to know just how valuable you are. If all these people are reaching out to connect with you and call you and ask you for things, that right there is a testament to your worth and your value. You are worth gold. If all these people want to call me now, if your phone drying, ain't nobody asking nothing, I don't know. Maybe you set really good, strong boundaries. You know, like I ain't calling her. That's okay too.
Because eventually they learn, like, you know, after you set that boundary, you could just say something simple as, you know, no, not this time. I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm taking time for myself. You know, when you tell people that and you set that boundary, they may be shocked. It may go through a shock period where they're shocked, but then you just hang the phone up. You don't have to say anything else. You just end the call if it's a call. If it's face to face, you just walk away. Like, okay, love you. See you later.
Yeah, but I think that doing that, sis, is very contagious. You're helping someone else learn how to set boundaries.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're leading by example. Dang, you know, I call it. You feel how you want to feel about it, baby. You don't know what I'm going through. I could be over here bleeding. And like, you know, people don't care, you know, but I think that is setting an example, showing somebody these are my boundaries. You won't cross them. You have to teach people how to treat you. And
I swear
there.
This conversation we having, it just, and I know a lot of people, because we live in a political world and we are, in a sense, some political people. You know, we talk about politics, we do indulge in politics, but it just centers back around to how these people who work in this administration have not created any kind of boundaries for themselves. Right. Can you imagine their lives and how they feel when they go home at night? They have zero boundaries. They let this demon run all through them, on them, all the way around them, and treat them like a piece of crap that they set zero boundaries.
You know, sis, when you said that, I just thought about when he bought them shoes.
them duck shoes, all of them. Nope.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Boundaries. Yep. When the president
grown people, big grown people.
Shoes. He didn't know their sizes or anything. He just, because he's such a narcissist, he's such a malignant narcissist, he thinks he knows everything. He can look at your foot and say, oh, I know what size shoe you wear. That's how he judged their shoe sizes. And he bought them grown men. And they wore the shoes.
Which one was it that had the two big shoes? I think one of y'all had a picture up one time. Oh,
what's his name? Y'all know his name. Put his name in the comments.
I cried for days looking at them Bobos.
Cause what is his name? I know his name. Rubio. Thank you. Shout out to
Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio. But they don't set boundaries. So that's
they don't set boundaries.
No boundaries at all. Just a bunch of yes men.
Yeah,
I agree. But listen, this is why y'all gotta set boundaries, because you can end up wearing some too big shoes.
Baby, those shoes, we gotta get that picture again. Those shoes, that tickled us. I swear we laughed for like a good 20 minutes.
I laughed for days. Like I'm crying right now.
And
like,
the way he was sitting there with them dumb shoes on, and then when he got up and all that space between the heel and the back of that shoe, I said, boy, if you quit playing with me, there's a whole other person in that shoe.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look how long ago was that, and we laughing. See, you get laughed at when you don't set boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why boundaries are important. You get laughed at when you don't set boundaries, okay? People walk all over you. All right?
Because if they would have set those boundaries, Nikki, that president, that narcissist would have known, like, they ain't going for this.
Yeah.
They're not going for this. Yeah. But he feel like he is the ruler of everybody, and he can do whatever he like, and they allow it. Yeah. So here we are today.
And here we are today. Yeah. But that's the boundary portion. And remember one time, if y'all were, anybody's in the chat, that we talked about this on an episode. I've mentioned it a couple of times that there is no aluminum foil big enough to wrap your big grown tail up in. Okay. So stop saving yourself for later, so stop giving people the best energy of you. Like stop giving people the best of you and giving yourself what's left.
Mm-hmm.
We have to stop doing that. Another thing that Tony Robbins said, he said he gets up every day at 4:00, no matter what. And he said he takes 10 minutes and he lists things that he's grateful for. And that's another thing that oftentimes we fall off the wagon of doing. Because it's something that I'll do, and then I'll pick it up and I'll forget and I'll get up. One thing I started doing one time, and I did it for maybe like two months, putting my phone across the room. Like once phone time was, screen time was over with, put my phone across the room. That way I'm not turning over and grabbing it first thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting up and I'm being thankful that I'm alive. Like we forget that we don't keep ourselves alive while we're sleeping. We don't pump our own hearts. We're not making sure that we're breathing. We are totally unconscious when our eyes are closed at night. And showing gratitude for that as soon as you wake up in the morning is very important.
Yeah.
He was talking about how he spends 10 minutes every single morning. He makes sure that he lists the things that I think he said he lists 10 things that he's grateful for every single morning. And it really does shift how your day is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
When you spend that time, being as though you never know what's going to be on the other end of your phone when you pick it up in the morning. You don't know. How many times have we picked up the phone and learned that somebody passed away, a celebrity, somebody cared about, you know what I mean? Or there's a text message or something, all those notifications pop up, but then you end up going into a rabbit hole because now I need to see what happened.
Yeah.
I see the report. Now I need to see what happened. And it really is damaging to your mindset first thing in the morning. We talk about how breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So is self-assessing.
Yeah.
So is showing gratitude. So is making sure that you're okay to get your day started. You have a whole day ahead of you. Now your mind is offset because now you've picked up this phone before you say, God, thank you for waking me up today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for starting me on my way. Thank you for my life, health, and strength. Before we do that, we're grabbing these phones and then we're in a rabbit hole of some mess. You could pick up the phone and it could be somebody that that passed away. Now your whole day is toe up. But making sure that you're in the right frame of mind first thing in the morning is just as important as breakfast is. So stop giving the best of you to everybody else and saving yourself, saving yourself what's left. If everybody gets your attention, your support, your patience, and emotional labor first, eventually you're going to be operating on your own life empty.
And you just spit some realness when you said that about these phones, because we don't realize that it doesn't have to be a human person that's sucking up your energy. Mm-hmm. It's these
device.
Electronics, this little device that we all love. This is my second device. These little devices suck up all our energy. Just think about over the last few decades, since they became so popular.
Yeah.
How much time we spend scrolling.
Yeah.
Now, I discovered now in my older age, as I get a little older, baby, I done found me some games on there that I'm just addicted to. But you know what? I find that to be better than just sitting listening to the riff-raff and the stuff that sucks the energy out. And I look across the room and I see my husband right over playing his too. Yep. And we just found us some comfort in doing that.
Yeah. That's actually really good brain food. That's way better than scrolling the internet. I love that you mentioned that because I just re-downloaded Candy Crush again.
Yeah.
And there's different little IQ games that you puzzle. Mm-hmm. Those are helpful. Those help the brain muscle. That helps keep you sharp. And but there's plenty of times where I picked up my phone, I said I'm about to check something and saw something else. Man, 2 hours done gone past. And then you have that feature on your phone that tells you the screen time, how much time you spent. Mm-hmm. On your device. I'm like, ain't no way in the world I was on this phone that long. Ain't no way. And the only time my phone get a break is when I'm asleep. That's crazy.
That make you start thinking about yourself, like, what's
oh my God. Like judging myself for a minute, like, girl, I know you know better. Yeah. But those games, those are like Sudoku, those are really, really word games. And then you have, if you want to play with someone else, like if you need social interaction, game pitch on iPhone, you can send somebody a game and text message and y'all can play back and forth. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you need some social interaction outside of just you playing on the phone, yourself. But social media, it's addicting. There are lawsuits out right now about social media addiction. That should tell us just how much it's a problem. But like you said, it's devices, paying attention to things that cost you your time, your social battery, your emotional battery, your mental battery. I saw just today, there is a couple, Dalton and Sako, on Facebook. Dang, I almost cried just now thinking about it. And I think they're separating, and you start to get invested in these couples a little bit.
Yeah.
You start to really get invested in their lives. You like to see the happy parts of them. So when something happens, it's like, wait, what?
Like, what happened?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, but the way
now
the
you gotta know.
crying, the way he was crying, oh, it broke me. And I'm like, then I paused for a minute after I shed a couple tears. I was like, I don't know these people. But at the same time, that shows compassion for my human nature.
Yeah,
it's
your humility. It's
so right after judging, I went back into, you know what? I'm grateful for the heart that I have. I appreciate the heart that I have because I'm kind. But we get so encapsulated in things that have nothing to do with us. We want to know what happened to what, and we start to investigate. We go down these rabbit holes, and next thing you know, it's an hour, 2 hours and gone by, and the phone's sitting in your hand. Meanwhile, that was free time that you probably should have been resting.
I ain't gonna hold you, Nikki, because I'm the same way. My favorite singer, we just celebrated Sunday. Her birthday was Whitney Houston's birthday.
Okay.
And I had to watch The Bodyguard today, and I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was tearing up because.
But that's a beautiful way. Whitney Houston is my childhood. That's a beautiful way to honor her.
Childhood favorite of mine. And it still hurts that she's not here any longer. But those are you see what I'm saying? Like and those are good emotions.
Yeah.
Good emotions.
That is good.
Because everybody doesn't have those empathetic emotions. Emotions. We know this, right?
Yeah.
We know we full of demons in this world, as we call them.
Yeah.
And they don't have that empathy in them. So I definitely was a little choked up watching The Bodyguard. It was a fabulous movie, by the way.
Absolutely. And that's a beautiful way to honor her. Speaking of Whitney Houston, I gotta say, Whitney Houston was the only one to do the national anthem the way she did the national anthem.
Yes.
But did y'all hear Martha Reeves recently do the national? Listen.
Who is that lady? Who is that lady?
Now, I just remember, dang, it slipped my mind. She sang.
I hadn't heard her
way back in the day.
My husband said Motown, but I'm still trying to figure out who and what did
Martha Reeves. Hold on now I gotta pull it. I just pulled it up. She sang, oh my gosh.
My daughter played it for me yesterday. She's like, Mommy, did you hear this?
Baby, she blamed the backup singer. Y'all, we off topic. We gotta have these little. Listen, this is us. Hey, listen. Okay.
This is our break.
We're taking a break.
Sometimes we gotta take a break for us and do this little thing called. Did y'all hear her sing the national anthem? Who heard?
Said. She tried to blame the backup singers. And they had the nerve to get on. I don't think it was Good Morning America, but I'm going to say that for lack of a better term right now because I can't remember what show, but it was a morning show and they had her back on there. She did it again. I'm telling you, I'm reading these comments. They said, why would she do it again?
Why would she do it again? It was the worst. I've never in my life. This old lady, I said, this is awful. What's her name again? Put her name.
Martha Reeves.
Martha
Reeves. She's saying, dang, on it. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Let me see.
Saying the national. Look, I'm gonna have to look now too. Yeah, it was
way back in the day. Okay, hold on. Let's see, y'all. This is a fun break. Listen. Dancing in the Heat Wave. She did Heat Wave. Yes. Dancing in the Street. She sang with the Vandellas. So Martha Reeves sang classic Motown hits as the lead singer. Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. And during her solo career, her signature songs, Dancing in the Street. Y'all remember Dancing in the Street?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her. She got on here, baby. Somebody said, oh, she got
powerful black woman. You know who she is. She was raised and born in Detroit. She from the D.
Mm-hmm.
She is from the D. Hi, Leslie. We are actually recording our show right now, honey. After we're done.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I cried. I cried. Have you heard her sing the national
anthem? Did y'all hear her sing this national anthem? Y'all go look it up, please. Take your second device and just go look it up and just listen to it. Just bless her heart.
Listen, and when you find the post, please read the comments. Somebody said, "Oh, she got her word."
T-Wiz, go listen to the national anthem. She recently
Martha Reeves
sung at the ball game.
She sang with the Supremes too. Wow.
Go look at her. Her name is Martha Reese. She was, so I looked her up too. So she Dancing in the Streets, Heat Wave, Jimmy Mag, Nowhere to Run. She yeah, she was Motown singer. Yeah. Now let's give her some
T-Wiz.
She 85 years old.
He is 85.
No, T-Wiz.
No.
Yell at you. Go look at that video, then come back and talk to me.
T-Wiz, no.
Go look at that video and come back and talk to me.
She probably had a cold. No. And the way she was cocky with it and disrespecting them backup singers, she was so rude to them backup singers.
She was nasty to them.
Nasty, honey. Like, listen, she just knew. She said, y'all are off key. Y'all messing me up. I said, are they?
Nikki, oh my gosh. Yes, I was so brought that up.
We are literally living examples of tonight's topic because you saw we just took that fun break. Laughter is medicine. And we just took that fun break because sis just mentioned, hey Chalk, sister, hey mom. Sis just mentioned, we did just celebrate Whitney Houston's birthday this past weekend, but also I mentioned how she's the best person to ever sing the national anthem. Nobody has sang the national anthem.
Ever. Nobody.
I will never forget that tracksuit. Okay. Nobody sang that song the way she sang that song, but then that brought me in to talk about Martha Reeves. So if y'all haven't seen the Martha Reeves video of her, it's everywhere. Please go and look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at
and T-Wiz, I want you to come back and let me know if you feel like
I might just, once we end the show today, TikTok, y'all make it a little treat. I'm probably gonna look it up and play it for y'all.
Please do that.
Please. Somebody gotta hear this, okay?
Please,
and then we gotta have a talk with Auntie, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But
we are getting close to the end.
We get towards the end, so go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish it up. We took that break, y'all. Remember, like Nikki said, we needed that.
Yeah.
We needed that break. So go ahead, Nikki. I'm gonna let you go ahead and rock and roll so we can carry us through.
Cool. So I got a couple questions that I'm going to leave our audience with. And then if you want to do Kitty's honors, and we'll go into the affirmation just after that. But a couple questions that y'all can take away for this week was, when was the last time you said no? Not because you were busy, but simply because you didn't have the capacity. You just didn't have it in you. When was the last time you said no? I want you to think about that strongly. Don't let the first answer that pops out your head be the first thing you spew out. Sit and really ask yourself, when was the last time you said no? Y'all know that this team are fans of saying no is a complete sentence. We do believe that. Right. We believe that. And I feel like we get along just fine because I know that every single one of these people in this team, they have boundaries, and I appreciate and respect a person that has boundaries. I don't like people that let you walk all over them, because then you think that you can walk all over me. No. So when is the last time you said no? Not because you were busy, but because you didn't have the capacity. Another question: what is something you've been making time for that you no longer have the energy for? Let's start to kind of rinse these things out of our cycles, out of our schedules. Things that you've been making time for that you no longer have the energy for. And we can't say our jobs because those are paying the bills right now, but it could be true. It's still. But something that is mundane, that's really not adding to your life at all, think about something that you are constantly making time for, that you no longer have the energy for. So those are the two questions that I want y'all to kind of sleep on and take with you throughout this week. Oh, Kitty, are you coming up? You gonna give us our bow your eyes and close your head?
Bow your eyes and close your head. Let's get into it.
Yes. Is she on there? She's muted.
Yeah, she's on TikTok.
Okay.
You ain't gonna be able to hear her.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Go ahead and say something. Let's see if I can hear you. It may cause I don't know if it's gonna cause interference. Okay. She on mute.
Okay.
All right, so let's do it. Bow your eyes and close your head. Let's go.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Tonight's affirmation / this morning's affirmation is: my energy is valuable. I give myself permission to protect it, replenish it, and be intentional about where I spend it. I do not have to exhaust myself to prove that I care.
Amen. Hallelujah. Yes.
One more again.
One more again. Rewind. Let's go.
My energy is valuable. I give myself permission to protect it, replenish it, and be intentional about where I spend it. I do not have to exhaust myself to prove that I care. And I want to close out with one more thing, okay? Before you ask yourself, do I have time for this? Start asking, do I have the energy for this? Okay, because protecting your calendar may save you some time, but protecting your energy can change your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Ashe.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Coach Nikki. Man, always an amazing show. The best coach in our Plug's history. She is one of our #1 coaches, and we love and respect her, and all her nuggets she shared with us. We absolutely soak it in and take it in. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, my sister, for coming through and spreading the love, y'all. And as we sign out today, listen, we want to encourage you all to be at your best. It's Monday. Y'all going to this week, being great, feeling good, saying some positivity, taking time out for yourself early in the morning, writing down some goals, just getting ready to have a wonderful week. Until then, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, we love you. We thank you for being such supporters of our show. Come back again tomorrow, y'all. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we will be back live again. Well, not live literally, but y'all know we'll be back. And we'll have some veterans voices in the building. And also I'll have a co-host tomorrow. The powerful Black woman will be on deck with me representing. So it should be a great show as always. Until then, you guys, make sure you go out, tell somebody you love them, be great, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Bye, TikTok. Thank you, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all of our social networks. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all support. Y'all have a good one. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.